Hello, hello, amazing humans. Welcome back to this YouTube channel. I'm Kara Lee, and today I'm going to talk to you about how I do my calendar scheduling. Okay, so I use technology to support my brain. And one way of doing that is to use Google Calendar. Now, I'm sure you could do this very similarly on an Apple or Microsoft or whatever calendars are out there nowadays, but I'm going to be showing you inside of a Google Calendar, actually a couple of them. So if you have any questions about the calendar settings or anything like that, go ahead and drop those below. Be happy to support you with getting those things figured out. I'm going to go over the basics of the concept of how I use my Google Calendars to keep me sane. All right. So for one, I have multiple calendars for multiple things. Now I'm not saying I have like 10 calendars. I have two. And then I have mini calendars inside of those. Okay. So for I'm going to show you in real time here in just a minute, but I have a family calendar. So the things that go on a family calendar are the things that the rest of my family need to know about. They don't need to know about all the meetings I have for business. That would overwhelm them. But they might need to know when they need to go to the dentist, or when I have a dentist appointment, or we're doing this homeschool thing, or, this special thing is happening this weekend. Ever since I implemented a family calendar, so my husband can look at it when he's like, oh, hey, that'd be kind of fun to do something this weekend. Then he can pop on the calendar without even having to ask me, see if there's anything there. If there is, oh man, we already have plans. If there's not, then I'm like, hey, let me talk to my wife and let's make sure we want to do this thing. Okay, because sometimes we do forget to put stuff on the calendar, but it's a quick thing to know whether or not there's something on there. Okay, so that has been incredibly beneficial. It has also been helpful for reminders of different things, like you'll see on here, take the trash out, right? Reminders to make sure we don't miss the trash guy on Fridays. All right, and you'll also see that there are appointments, there's outings, different things like that, right? That is what's in the family calendar. Basically anything that my family, in this case, my husband, needs to know in order to be able to do his thing, okay? Then I have my work calendar, and my work calendar is a little different. There are sub calendars in there, but there's sub calendars in there mostly because I have the Hyperfocus Treehouse, which is my group membership program. And so that one has its own calendar for BFF hours and any planning sessions we have, any Q&A sessions, things like that. And so that one is separate from my work calendar, but that's because I share that calendar with my clients so that way they can add it to theirs as well. And then on my actual work calendar, I have a scheduling app that it's called Calendar Hero, and it essentially will pull from that calendar and it'll say, are you available? Right? So that calendar has to be very intentional as far as if I'm available for someone to put a meeting on there. So when I use my work calendar, I have to make sure that things aren't being blocked off that don't need to be blocked off, or that things are being blocked off that do need to be blocked off, right? So when I'm saying I have meetings on there, I have got, I do not use it for tasks, okay? That's what I want to make clear here. I do not use my calendar for tasks. I use it for time that cannot be moved, all right? And so I want to show you, I'm just literally going to share this with you right now. This is my work calendar. Things that are on here are things that cannot be moved, okay? So for example, over here, we have brainstorming and implementation. That is something I would like to go to. It's also a sub calendar because it's from another program. All right, so actually my calendar will not pull, my Calendar Hero app will not pull this one, but that's okay because it isn't absolutely mandatory. The ones that are mandatory are on this blue. Okay, the mandatory ones are in blue because those are the ones that are from my actual calendar. All right, and then I have, since these are BFF hours, these are the same every week. These ones are already carved out for my Calendar Hero scheduling times already. So I don't have to worry about putting these on my calendar twice. I did that I didn't do that in the beginning, and now I'm like super glad I did. So here is brainstorming. I had a 30-minute one-on-one meeting with somebody. We've got the BFF hours in the treehouse. Over here, we have, this one's another calendar from another program I'm in. As you can see over here, the yellow ones is for trips. This one is actually for my part-time job, but I wanted to make sure that I remembered to do it. And so I put it in my business calendar because when it's in there, I tend to do it a little bit faster. This one is also for my part-time job, but it's in my work calendar because I want to make sure that I don't schedule something there. Do you see how it is? Because this is like, these are different times. Here is another program time. And okay, so you can see kind of how things are going. It's color coded. It's like these ones are all the treehouse. These ones are my work calendar. The green ones are mastery calendar. The yellow ones are for trips calendar. You see that? So it's color coded as well. If you go back a couple of weeks, you can kind of see it's obviously grayed out because this is in the past, but you can see how things are here. Okay. So I put things in that are blue that I need to make sure don't get scheduled over. Those are important. So sometimes I'll actually add something to my work calendar and my personal calendar, because if it's something my husband also needs to know, that it gets added twice. Okay. So I haven't done that in a while, but here is literally something that's going on right now. And so you can see here, there is not a lot on the family calendar because I leave my family calendar intentionally not overloaded. You even see there's barely anything on the weekends. I love being spontaneous. Okay. Being spontaneous has changed my life. And so I don't have a lot of things all over. Okay. Even my work calendar is pretty chill, right? And like I said, I do not have all of my tasks on here. My tasks are actually located in ClickUp. And so I go from that every day. I do not put them in my calendar because that would be way overwhelming. All right. So before I move on here, I do want to show you how all of these calendars converse onto my personal phone, where I can toggle them on or off, but I have them normally off showing. I'm going to show you right here how I do that. Everything converses to this calendar on my phone. All of my calendars, so it's always with me. So I have this widget here, and if you open the widget, you'll see that there's quite a bit on here. So for today, I needed to get the chicken out of the freezer, and my daughter has horseback riding. I have a walkthrough with my boss. I've got BFF hours, right? So these are actually on different calendars, okay? This one right here is on our personal family calendar. This one right here is also on that calendar. This one is on my business calendar. This one is on the treehouse calendar, okay? So they all converse into this magnificent looking calendar here on my phone, but I can easily look at them separately as well. If I go over here, and then I can just kind of toggle them off, all right? So they're not showing everything. There's so many things on here, right? But I have the ability to access them all from this phone. So that doesn't have to be overwhelming. It really doesn't. What I want to aim with today is that the only reason, or one of the biggest reasons, that your schedule seems chaotic, or like there's too much going on, like you're losing time, like your brain hurts, things like that, is because there's too many things on there. I just showed you all of my calendars together, and there's still not a ton on there. Now, like I said, I don't put tasks on there that are just everyday tasks. Those are in my ClickUp, but I do that intentionally, because if I blocked my entire day on my calendar, I would lose my own brain, because I like some spontaneousness. I like the flexibility. I've created my entire business to be flexible, my entire life to be flexible on purpose. Okay. So today, I want you to take from this. I'm going to give you some action steps because that is my thing. Just some bite-sized steps. Today, I want you to go and look at your calendar. Do you use a calendar, whether that be on your fridge or your Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, whatever you use? I want you to look at it. What are the feelings you get from it? Is it overwhelm? Is it, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so tired? What do you get? And if it's overwhelm or I'm going to be so tired, we need to start looking at what's on that calendar and what feels in alignment. If you're looking at your calendar like I did, and I was like, oh man, this is good. This isn't too much. Like, we're good. Like, it's pretty flexible, right? If you're feeling like good about the calendar, when you look at it at your schedule, then that's what I want you to feel. If you don't feel that way, we need to drop some questions below. You need to be taking some stuff off of your calendar. Like, we need to be talking, because your schedule is one of the 5 core systems that your business and your life needs in order to function in an efficient way. And if you don't have time to work on your business, or you're stressed out every second of the day because your schedule is crazy, we have to reevaluate. Okay. I only have 2 children and my husband. There's 4 of us in my family, and I homeschool them. So my schedule does look a little different. I also am obviously a business owner too, but my schedule looks a little different, but that's okay. The formula still works. You still have to feel in alignment. Okay. So when you feel in alignment with your schedule, you're excited. When you don't, you feel dread. You are feeling very down. So the questions that are entering your brain, totally drop them below. Go ahead and open your phone, go look at your calendar on your fridge, wherever those things are. I want you to really take a look at those and feel if you feel in alignment with those. And if you don't, reach out for some support. Take some things off that aren't important. Take some things off that are draining your energy, right? Minimize the other things if you can. All right. Have an amazing day. You have any questions, drop them below. But seriously, let's get you feeling energetically in alignment with your schedule and feeling like $1,000,000, okay? Bye for now.